Oh, happy day, everybody. Welcome to the Vibe Controls Podcast. We appreciate y'all hanging in there with us. Yeah. So we out here. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus won. When Jesus won. Oh, when he won. When Jesus won. He wiped my sin away. Oh, happy day. To the beach, y'all. Oh, happy day. Ooh, hubba, bubba, hubba. He taught me rock. Shout out to Millie Mill. Hey everybody, welcome to the Vibe Controls Podcast. I go by the name of Cocky McFly. That young fella over there, his name is Merk B. Williams. Say hey to the people, Merk. Out here. Say hey to the people, Merk. Out here. Shit. Say hey to the people, Merk. Out here. Goddamn. Yeah. All right, that's enough. All right, man. So yeah, this is our first time talking about sports and other stuff. That's the title of this episode: sports and other stuff. So we gonna rap about the Super Bowl. Shout out to Saudi Thompson, my homie, and the world champion Los Angeles Rams. Shout out to them. We gonna rap about the All-Star game. Shout out to Steph Curry. I don't like that nigga, but
ain't got no the greatest shit.
That boy. He went ham. So we gonna talk about that. We gonna get into this halftime show. Holla at you, Mary J. Mary J got that money these last 3 weeks though.
Young Monet.
Cause she was on both of them.
Yeah, she was on both of them.
Yeah. So yeah, we gonna get into all that and rap and talk and hopefully make y'all laugh and all the other good stuff. So yeah, we out here. All right, man. So yeah, as y'all saw, I don't know what the final score was. I don't remember, but the Los Angeles Rams won this year's Super Bowl. So shout out to them. And I really wanted Joe to pull it out, but we couldn't get the game. So
man, that's really what I just wanted to do to get the game.
That's it. I just want to get the game. Did you know that Joe do that? You know that Joe Burrow get the game?
Get the game.
Out the LSU, he be out here. Yeah, man. So it was a really great game. It was a lot more competitive than I thought it was going to be, because I really thought it was going to be. I thought the Rams were going to blow them out, honestly. But Bengals need to get offensive line, because their offensive line is terrible. Ain't no way you're supposed to get sacked 11 times.
Yeah, man. But that line been horrible all year. The good thing is that team gonna be there for a long time. They all locked in, they all young, and so it's gonna be. But then again, that AFC, man, it's gonna be tough. You got Cadillac Pat, he's still out there, him and Cheetah, and then Big Josh Allen over in Buffalo, they coming too, and
the Ravens still there,
and
they really had a bunch of injuries.
You can't never count the Patriots out. Mm-hmm. Can't ever count them out. It's that AFC. I forgot about that. If the Titans had a quarterback, well, we might be talking about
if Titans had Derrick Henry.
Well, man, I think that they played well. It's just, man, I don't trust Ryan Tannehill. That's just me. But again, I
can't say nothing about nobody quarterback.
I can't either, man. Terrible. We had one job. One job. All we had to do was beat the Jaguars to get into the playoff, and we lost to the sorriest team in football.
Yep. Yeah. And for y'all that don't know, we are fans of some of the whitest teams in the NFL.
Don't ask me why I'm an Indianapolis Colts
fan. Is a Colts
fan. Always shocked when I tell them.
But I am one of the only two Minnesota Vikings fans that I know in the city of Jackson and surrounding areas. Shout out to my good friend Carter Armstrong. Go! So we the only two.
Me and Mev and all the Colts fans.
That's what I'm saying. But anytime somebody asks me, I always tell them like, hey, the Vikings basically had all the black quarterbacks. toward the end of their careers. But Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon was there, Fat Culpepper.
We ain't had no black quarterback, but we had receivers that were big time dope boys. Shout out to Marvin Harrison.
The views of Merkley Williams, not the views of the Baptist.
Big time dope boy.
I ain't no rat. I don't know.
New Orleans on Reggie Wayne.
So anyway, but yeah, man. Again, shout out to Mississippi's own Cam Akers.
It's that Henderson kid.
The Henderson kid, the running back, he from Mississippi. Shout out to Cam though, because Cam came back from a devastating injury 9 months to like really come and make a difference. And so shout out to the Rams again for your Super Bowl win. Shout out to Matthew Stafford, because boy, you tell me,
he gave him every opportunity to get back in the game.
Well, you know he did what he do, because he tried to lose the game.
Boy, I hate Odell. Odell hadn't got hurt. They might have blowed them folks out.
Odell finna get 3 touchdowns.
Oh man, he gonna get out there doing that Michael Jackson dance. Like, no man, cut.
Now get to the sideline. You need, because every time because he fragile, so if he do one kick, he gonna hurt his knee. See what happened? It was non-contact injury.
You know, the reason why they lost it, because first of all, there's 2 reasons. Eli Apple, that's one. That's the 2 reasons right there. 1 and 2, Eli Apple. And really, if you go back and look at that tape, Jalen Rams will get his lunch 8-2. He will get cooked by Buddy.
That pass interference call was
Chase, Jamar Chase.
That pass interference call was big.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
But yeah, you know, Cooper Kupp, like Ralph called that man 7-11 because he always open.
Pretty much, but that was a magnificent defensive play. That was a terrible call. They missed it. But either way it goes, she didn't even got that far down there. But also, man, it was the halftime show was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. We know who the exception was, but it was phenomenal. I thoroughly enjoyed
Kaepernick.
I mean, this food, I ain't even finna talk about it. But, hey, man, I was so happy to see Dr. Dre and Snoop, man, and even 50. And for y'all who was fat shaming 50, the man 42, y'all look 78.
Man, I
hate that. Man, the man look good. I mean, what you want him to look like at 42?
He look like he lift weights and don't do cardio. That's what he look like. That's it.
They want the boy to look 25.
They say 50 Cent, he $1 now. Like,
well, y'all look like 25.
But need to snap somebody to get out here and start talking crazy about, you know, some of y'all being built like a pear. Y'all be mad. You know what I'm saying? Let 50 be great.
More like the Mickey Mouse ice cream bar with skinny legs.
Skinny legs at the top.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Yep,
look at you. You looking like balled up homework.
Anyway, man. But yeah, so back to the subject. But yes, the halftime show was phenomenal. Mary J. Blige looked amazing.
She looked absolutely amazing. She ain't really that 2-step like I wanted to.
Well, you know, she was.
But it's okay. I don't know. She probably saved me. I don't know how many more she got.
Well, she 50, but she look good.
She got them knee work though. Them knee work.
Monet Tejada be out here. So I'm saying she was doing her thing, man.
Who, watch Power.
Kendrick had the Golden Lords.
Oh, Kendrick, he full on.
He out here.
Yeah, he did tribute to the Golden Lord. He full on.
Yeah,
he rivered like he out here now.
Well, I ain't finna get into that either. That's
he got the medallions on. All that.
Hey, man.
He on Capitol.
Man,
standing outside in front of
yeah, we need to really end this segment. You don't know who listening.
Man, whatever.
Hey, Merk B. Williams.
That's right, Merk B. Williams.
But yeah, man, it was a halftime show was great, and I know a lot of people didn't like it, but you know,
I like it. Now I think folk that there was a lot of people saying this the greatest halftime show of all time. No, it's not. It's the best one we had in a long time.
Yeah, it is, because I think there was more of a multi-generation thing to where young people who know these guys can vibe, and then us, we kind of grew up on their music. So
and the Beehive came out ready to take, they ready to take folks' neck. Talking about somebody that ain't the best. What? You must didn't see the Queen, Beyonce.
I saw Prince. That's all I need to see. Prince Nielsen practice. I saw it.
Oh, listen, we had some good ones. But then I definitely did. I enjoyed it. And I'm telling you, my boy Snoop out there just zooted. I'm talking about big crib all day long.
Yeah, we supposed to be.
I love it. I'm fud all.
Absolutely, man. So it was a all around, man. This was a cool. This is probably one of the most laid back Super Bowls, because it was a really good game.
The
and
playoffs
it was just
were
like
all good.
The playoff games
leading up
just,
into the Super Bowl. Really
so the Super Bowl really was just like super chill, but the game got great toward the second half toward the end. So like it was like typical Super Bowls, you just be real intense, but this was just like real chill. I think people just decided to see it great.
And the game went by kind of fast too. Like I was just like, the game went by pretty quick.
Yeah. Richard Schwartz, you need Jay.
Richard Schwartz. We really need to talk about that some more.
You're gonna be on the cancellation portion.
That's what we need. We need to end Richard Schwartz. That's it.
I don't know if anybody got a chance to see it, but if you saw at the end of the Wisconsin game, y'all saw Juwan Howard slap that boy in the face. And you know, we have a very I don't disagree with Merck's stance, but I do kind of see it from a different standpoint. So you can tell the people what your thoughts are on it.
Well, I understand it as well from a professional standpoint, but again, hey man, listen, you just do not expect. And then of course you in the heat of the moment again. So when they actually, well, to let you guys know, the game was over. Obviously, it was an intense game, conference game, all that other stuff. The head coach comes up, they come to shake hands, and so you know, him and Juwan had words. Juwan is telling the head coach, don't touch me. Like he's saying, don't put your hands on me or whatever the case may be. And the head coach is still trying to touch him and still trying to, I guess, reason with him or whatever. He's like, man, I don't want to talk. Don't touch me. So you, at that point, you're infringing on my personal space. I've already told you I'm not in a place or space that I want to talk or hear what you have to say. And then that's when, you know, the players kind of started stepping in or whatever the case may be. Words started being shouted in, and the assistant coach steps in, and he said something that apparently set Juwan off, and Juwan slapped piss out the man. And so that's pretty much what happened. For me, I'm FUD. I'm all the way slap taste out of the mouth, man. Listen, sometimes now I'm not necessarily an advocate of violence, but I will say, sometimes you gotta let folk know, man, that he had told the man get out of his personal space. At that point, man, listen, you know, punks jump up and get beat down. You gotta catch their face.
I think the coach called it some kind of timeout or something.
They called it time.
That really just pissed Juwan off.
Unwritten rules, basically.
Yeah, and it just pissed Juwan off. So Juwan told him, I'm gonna remember that, and then kind of started to walk off. But like, you know, real talk. I understand all of it, but you just can't do that from a professional standpoint. And it ain't even just about you, because what you do not only reflects you, it reflects the university too. So that's what they looking at when they talking about if you gonna get suspended, you gonna get fired. They looking at, oh, okay, so this is the type of person, because you really got to be mindful of all those things in a professional setting, and also you're a leader of young men, and so you gotta also be mindful of what their view is as well. Now, I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, I know you a man first, and you know you get your emotions riled up, but at the same time, like, if you do that, you gotta be able to handle what come with it.
Well, on the flip side of that, the reason why he did what he did was because he was coming to the defense of his kids. So he protecting them as well too. You're not gonna disrespect my kids. They his kids. So by calling that time out, you know, breaking that unwritten rule, you disrespecting my kids. So I'm gonna come to my kids' defense so they don't have to.
I understand that completely, but only you can control what you do. You can't control what others do. Again, that's fine if you can be FUD, But you also, if you FUD, you need to be FUD whatever comes with it. So if you gonna slap that man in the face,
if I'm gonna make the choice to do that, I'm definitely man enough to deal with the consequences well too. That's not that's irrelevant to the point.
No, it's not though, because a lot of niggas be FUD, but don't be FUD what come with it.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm talking about this particular situation.
Yeah, I'm talking about this because I'm pretty sure Juwan wasn't thinking like, I'm ready to be fired. I'm pretty sure he was like, I'm ready to risk it all. I'm ready to be fired. I don't, but he didn't. He got 5 games suspension. They suspended him for the rest of the regular season.
I feel like Juwan would have been perfectly okay with whatever they decided to do because he made the choice.
Well, he ain't had no choice but to be okay with it.
I feel like he a stand-up guy, so he would have just owned whatever the consequences were at that particular point. It ain't like he can take it back, so it ain't like he gonna be coming out being regretful.
He definitely was gonna come out and make an apologetic statement. You can believe that. The university gonna make that happen. So
he still ain't made no statement
yet.
No, he still ain't made no statement. Actually, he came out in the press conference and pretty much explained why he did what he did. So he still ain't made no statement.
Press conference after the game?
After the game.
Okay, so that means he's been suspended today, so you can best believe it's gonna be an apologetic statement coming
We'll see.
out.
We'll see.
Yeah. University ain't finna have that.
I guess. I don't
like
whatever.
This just proper protocol. Like, hey man, we know you hit him in the face, but what we need you to do is to go out here and make this statement. We gonna clean it up for you. That's just how it works. And so speaking of image, we gonna segue, and I forget the young lady's name. Please forgive me, but I know she is the head coach of
let me look.
the Texas A&M women's basketball team. So there's been like outrage all over the internet about her clothing choices and what she wears to games, as the media and other folks who are uncomfortable with it have deemed her attire inappropriate for a coach, which it is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. You can search that article anywhere. Sydney Carter, that's her name. Texas A&M women's head coach.
Okay.
Yeah. Bro, it is like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. So if you've seen pictures of her, you know that she is a beautiful young lady. Mm-hmm. If you've seen what she wears, honestly, the stuff she wears is just fashionable things that you would see, on social media and reels and things like that. So honestly, she's catering to, kind of the generation that she's coaching, and those young ladies are kind of looking up to her, so they don't have a problem with it. But it's just amazing how the powers that be are deeming what she wears as a distraction or things like, look, man, the team ain't that good. That's one, but y'all ain't even paying attention to that. All y'all doing is talking about like her clothes and what she got on, and you talking about it because, and I think in these situations, it's like men don't need to be out here trying to decide what the status quo is for women and what they need to be wearing, and ain't nobody checking these men who basically are saying in so many words that they are uncomfortable. Basically, she fine, and I'm uncomfortable looking at her because I'm attracted to her. So because of that, and I don't want nobody to look at me no kind of way, I'm just gonna say, baby, put on a pantsuit or cover up. If y'all seen her, that girl can put on a sheet, and you still gonna know that she fine. Like, ain't nothing you can do about that. And it's awful that it's not just black women, it's women in general. They have to like jump through hoops, like, in the male dominated world. It's terrible, man. Like, why y'all even talking about this shit? Like, it's the dumbest shit ever.
There's so many things. It's male chauvinism, number one, because you're trying to control a woman and the way that she present herself in a male dominated industry. Then you got women who are completely insecure with themselves, and so they feel some kind of way about it as well too. It's a lot, and then she already a black woman, and that's tough in itself. It's just, I don't know, man. Leave that girl alone. She just putting on some clothes, man.
Look, I'm telling you, and
men can't tell you. I'll be sick of men trying to tell women how to be women or what women should be doing any damn way.
Well, a lot of this feedback.
Yeah, like I hate that.
And a lot of the feedback.
Folks be projecting. It's just a lot of projecting. Like project. It's just, it's annoying.
And a lot of that feedback, you know, which was unfortunate for what I was reading, a lot of that feedback came from women. Like that negative feedback, a lot of it came from women. And that's super unfortunate because, you know, they already playing like behind the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying?
And it's basketball.
It is women's basketball.
Can't get no
and I mean,
money, can't get no funding. It's already tough on them in that particular regard.
So I mean, it's just amazing that they would just kind of, you know, that women would be coming out saying that it's inappropriate. Like, look, man, it is 1987. Like, Pat Summitt in the orange blazers and stuff. Like, ain't nobody rocking that no more. Like, you can look at even Cher
Miller wearing Reggie clothes.
But you can look at like a lot of even the coaches in the SEC now, like Dawn Staley. Like Dawn Staley doesn't dress particularly like this young lady, but she's very fashionable. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like that's how the coaches are dressing now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a whole, like, even in men's basketball, they don't wear suits no more. They wearing polos. And they wear whatever they want to wear. And nobody ever's gonna say anything to them. It's like they don't, like the rules don't exist. But you know, this young lady who is just basically dressing like someone who's very like fashionable and like, but she out there coaching and she inspiring these young ladies. Like, that's the most important, and they graduate. Like, that's the stuff that needs to be looked at. Don't nobody care. It don't matter what she got on. Like, none of that matter. Like, I can see if she coming out there with a titty out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I can see that. Then that's a problem. But she is covered up. Like, she's wearing, like, you know, it fits. But it's crazy, man. I just don't understand. And I guess I won't understand it. But I mean, I'm glad that she has. Social media has been really good about, you know, reposting and like, you know, banding behind the young lady, supportive of her and stuff like that. And you know, I think that's cool. That's the cool thing about the social media age, that it can be used for good. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to her.
For sake of accuracy, she's the player development assistant.
Okay.
The player development assistant.
The gentleman, Gary Blair, I think, is the head coach. That's what I was looking at. So.
Okay, my apologies. But Gary ain't saying nothing.
Gary ain't saying nothing. Gary don't care.
Gary chilling.
She ain't dressing no different than anybody who going to a corporate job every day.
Gary don't care. Gary probably getting paid $1.2 million. He don't care what she get on. You hear me? But I'm just saying, like,
would they? I'm curious, like, if this would even be an issue if she was in a different profession.
Probably, if you really want to be totally honest with you, because women be dealing with this
every day,
every day in different workplace environments.
That's why I said she's not dressing no different than women I've seen. I mean, obviously I've had, you know, several corporate jobs, so she's not dressing any different than any woman that I've seen in the corporate setting. So,
but you know,
and obviously black women with, oh Lord, that's a whole nother thing. They hair and how they wear it and all that other stuff. It's just like, stop policing folks, man.
Man, just let black women be. They got nothing
going on. Leave her alone, especially.
All right, so I know you probably watched the festivities over the past weekend with the All-Star Weekend, NBA All-Star Weekend. Let me be, because
be Pacific.
Be specific. Y'all probably start talking about baseball.
Be Pacific.
But with the NBA All-Star game, and again, you know, Steph Curry went off. That boy went off.
I'm gonna tell you about Bordell.
That boy went 16-3. I don't like it, but I respect it.
I like him.
And he dropped 16 real. I mean, he went in. So shout out to him winning MVP. Shout out to John Morant, member Grizzly.
That was a nice 360 with ease.
Oh yeah, he had two nice ones up in there.
Bunnies.
I love the new format though, man, where they just have like quarter by quarter and then.
So you know where that came from? You don't? Oh, okay. It actually came from the TBT, the basketball tournament.
Oh, okay.
Which you familiar with?
Yeah.
But yeah, it actually came from the TBT, where they have what's called the Elam ending. And so they play for 3 quarters, and then, you know, there's a target score, but you got to win by 2.
Okay.
And so it makes it more competitive at the end, and it gets rid of useless fouling and other BS.
Okay.
So
that's what's up.
That's kind of where the format came from. And I think it's been great for the All-Star game, because at the end of the day, those guys are competitors. They compete. And you saw towards the end where it just got really, really good and really, really tight.
Well, honestly, with the new format, because also it's like because they were giving away money to charities per quarter. So whatever team won like the first quarter, then that charity would get like $100,000. So every quarter was actually like competitive, because if your team won, then this charity or these kids or whatever. So that was really cool. I think they raised like $400,000 for charity last night. NBA be doing it right.
I promise like, got that bread. Yeah, I promise got some bread last night.
Yeah, man. So NBA be doing it. Like, shout out to NBA. They do it the right way, like for real. So, yeah, and then y'all saw.
And it's always a good weekend. Like, they do a really good job of maximizing the weekend of the events. Like, even the Friday night was dope. Like, the Celebrity All-Star, the Peloton dude, actually won the Celebrity All-Star MVP. Alex Toussaint, I think is his name.
But yeah, it was a lot of good stuff, man. The rookie game.
Great story about that guy if you ever want to go back and read about that.
Yeah, that was a real good game too. Of course, you got the All-Star Skills competition, those festivities on Saturday night, which are always exciting.
I like what they did with the rookie game.
Yeah, shout out to Big Cat. I ain't never seen no big dude shooting no threes like that.
He shoot the cover off that thing. Cat said he was gonna win. He told him for. He said, "Hey man."
But he tailor made for the 3-point competition, because everybody else kind of had to use their full body. He just arm and wrist, so he'll never tire out. So he fine, man. So he did a great job. Let me tell you what y'all need to retire though. That funky dunk contest, man. It was the worst. This was the worst dunk contest. This was the worst dunk contest ever.
It's been some bad ones.
This was the worst.
I can't say that because I didn't watch it. So.
I watched the entire thing. It was the worst dunk contest ever. Honestly, man, I want them, like we were talking earlier, man, go get some of these.
Get the professional dunkers.
These professional dunkers. Let them come put on the show for the fans. Y'all give them some bread, or y'all play 1-on-1 or some 3-on. Do something.
I did like that 1-on-1 to 5, but
yeah, do something.
Risk folk getting injured or something like that.
It ain't got to be star players. It can be budding stars or something like that. But it some got to give, and I think at this point. I was talking to one of my friends about this morning. It's like, man, it ain't too many more dunks at this point that you can do that have not been done.
Yeah, not in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the NBA is concerned, but it ain't. These professional dunkers. This is what they do.
This is what they do.
All they do
every day is come up with new dunks.
Dudes in the NBA, they ain't got that time. So. But you know what I'm saying? At this, I mean, I don't know. And then it's a little different, because I think athleticism has a lot to do with it too. So I mean, a 6'2" dude doing 360 look a whole lot better than a 6'10" dude during a 360.
But then there's some big dudes look very few. Some big dudes look good dunking. Like Aaron Gordon looked really good, but he got an amazing vert. Dwight Howard. It's exceptions to the rule, like as far as like big dudes go, but
very few.
But yeah, man, as far I don't know.
But yeah,
I wasn't inspired by none of the people that was on that list.
I mean, because that boy out of Houston can. I mean, he can fly. But I think these dudes are game dunkers. And game dunkers aren't necessarily the best like dunk contest participants, and people don't take it serious like that no more. Like,
and back in the day,
stars
used to be in the contest too. But then you still people protecting their investments and don't want to get injured and stuff like that. So you don't have like the bigger names or whatever that's in there.
Well, the NBA got money. You gotta pay them, man. You want Ja to come out there?
Yeah, like, what's my incentive for being out here? Because I could be risking my season if I come down wrong.
You gonna have to give him some money,
or my career. It might not ever be the same, so it's not worth it. Yeah. Like Bron been in the league 19 years, 18, 19 years. He ain't never been in no dunk contest.
But then with LeBron, to me,
I don't think that he's a
that type
dunk
of
contest dunker either. But it's just the fact that that star power is gonna draw Because who was the last star to be in a dunk contest?
Probably Vince.
Yeah.
Talking about stars.
Yeah, I would say that was like the last star.
Yeah, like a superstar. Probably Vince.
Yeah, last superstar that might have been. Because
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to count the way how.
I mean, yeah.
At the
He wasn't a
time.
superstar at the time.
Well, he was with Orlando.
He was
so-
with Orlando. I mean, he was a star player, but he wasn't like a superstar in my opinion at the time. That's my opinion. But I mean, you talking about like a star, like I'm thinking Vince. You can put Dwight there, but the other guys were like, you know, these are really great players.
They're good players
who
who could dunk.
but they wasn't just on superstar status. So, but then again, though, these guys came out here like Levine and Aaron Gordon. They was
Oh, them guys out of
they was
sight.
out here literally trying to win.
Trying to
Blake
win.
Griffin and them were trying to win. Like
Right.
they were coming with the creativity trying to
I
win.
forgot about him.
Yeah, so these guys just came out here like, okay, you gotta practice, you gotta prepare for it. So
Yeah, man.
but yeah,
Dunk
that,
is some
yeah, that boy dunk. Now that's hard to dunk Tim's,
It's hard to do anything in Timberland.
but he took 12 attempts to do it. So by the time he had missed the 5th dunk, we were tied.
That they got to do too, man. You
Yeah,
don't
put a time limit.
when they start doing unlimited attempts.
Man, I don't know, bro, but it was terrible. So
You just out there missing dunks. The crowd deflated.
great
Shaq
game,
mad.
right? Great game, great half. The halftime show was good too. Great.
I did not see the halftime.
It was
show.
DJ Khaled and everybody on his
Oh
album.
yeah.
So-
What?
So we had a great, it was DJ Khaled, everybody on his album. It was him.
Oh, Earth, Wind and
everybody-
Fire did the thing before that.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it was well, DJ Khaled was like the night before actually.
Yeah, he was Saturday.
That was Saturday night.
He was Saturday night.
Earth, Wind and Fire did,
was
which was
Sunday.
great. But DJ Khaled was Saturday night. Shout out to Mary J. Blige. She getting that money.
Shout out to D Nice too. Man, that man did not miss. He was
He didn't
he
do
was
that.
like playing. I'm talking about bangers. They should have just let him go and do a set.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do that. He gonna get this money. But yeah, great weekend, nonetheless. All right, so we at the end. This is all, folks. So thank y'all so much for listening in and vibing with us. Kid, did you enjoy yourself this evening?
It was dope. I enjoy myself every time I'm here. It's a blessing to be here.
Okay, I just asked you about this evening.
That's all, and I just answered the question.
You did
Let me
better
answer
every
the
day.
question.
So-
Let me talk.
Yeah, man, we appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Of course, you can follow us on social media at The Vibe Controllers on Instagram and Facebook. Let's get them Instagram followers up. We need about 10 of y'all to reach 400. We know we can do it. So you can check us out there. You can also follow Merk B. Williams on social media at Merk B. Williams. You can do that. Also, if you are a fan of Mississippi Today, or you don't even know what that is, you can just search Mississippi Today.
It's MississippiToday.org.
On MississippiToday.org. You can search it. It'll come up, the website for you. You can Google it, and you can see a really good article on Merk B. Williams. So y'all check that out as well. We got a lot of good stuff coming up, man. We got some big announcements. Y'all check out. Of course, you check out our pages, you'll see our live that we did right before the show, which give you some insight into all the dope stuff that we have coming up. Any final words you want to say to the people?
You touched it, yeah.
Oh,
Follow me on social media. Follow us on social media. I'm out here in these comedy streets all March long.
there it is. So of course, at the end of every episode, we like to just drop y'all with a nice nugget and then carry on through the week and through the day. And so today's nugget is, and it's not too deep, but just, it kind of gets you to thinking. But my advice, just surround yourself with people who understand that washing the dishes means to clean up the entire kitchen. And I know, you got people in your life, you'll tell them to do something that they may do this and then they may leave some stuff out, but you got to surround yourself with people who kind of understand the mission and where you're going, and you ain't got to be talking too much about it. And I think, that's where we need to be during this time. And I know for myself, transitioning into 40, like I'm just trying to surround myself with like-minded people who I ain't got to tell you to clean up the kitchen when you wash the dishes. Like, you can get out here and you know exactly what to do and what we need to accomplish the mission. So again, surround yourself with people who, you know what I'm saying, when you tell them to wash the dishes, they know to clean the entire kitchen. So yeah, we out. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us, and so Merc.
Y'all stay up, stay blessed, stay free, man. Y'all share that.
All right, 2 fingers up means peace. To the side. To the side, cause I'm chilling. I didn't forget my shit.
You got your own catchphrase.
Fuck it, we out here.
The brown weed strikes again.